My name is Sydney Rickles, and my Pecha Kucha is on supporting students with significant needs in the classroom. I chose this topic because all students deserve to have an equitable educational experience. However, many students are not given the right supports to be successful in the gen ed classroom. My goal is for all students to have appropriate supports to reach high levels of academic success, regardless of need or disability. The equity dilemma I have seen in both my classroom and many others in my district is that students with disabilities and other high needs are not being provided the services they need, yet they're expected to keep up with their gen ed peers academically, socially, and behaviorally. Although the majority of students are receiving the best education for success, a few others continue to struggle and be left behind. When it comes to this inequity, there are a few different inequalities in play, such as limited funding and programs, as well as not enough staffing to provide these students with what they need. There are also some power dynamics in place, with those in higher district level positions not listening to educators in the classrooms with these students. Therefore, they are not fully aware of what systems need to be put in place to support the students. The lack of funding, programs, and staffing in certain districts is a major ethical concern. Many students with disabilities or other needs, such as autism, ADHD, or who are hard of hearing, require supports that are tailored to their specific needs. However, due to a lack of funding, educators and schools are struggling to access the tools required to support the students. Some of these supports range from things as simple as flexible seating or extra manipulatives to things such as communication devices, autism programs, or one-to-one para-educator support throughout the day. Each of these supports has a monetary cost that districts must supply. However, these costs are not always being pushed to the forefront of a district's expenditure list. Another ethical dilemma seen within this issue is in the decision-making process regarding inclusion versus placement. There are times when students are not given the best educational opportunities due to difficulties in determining what is the least restrictive environment. Educators must consider what services are required and use this to base their placements on, whether it's gen ed or specialized programs. Students with special needs should be included in the gen ed classroom as much as possible. However, their individual needs must be met through informed decision-making and dignifying means. This means we must be careful not to place a student in a general education classroom that cannot provide them with the necessary means for success, just to say that we are being inclusive. It is important to recognize these needs because research by DePaul and Jimerson, as well as the CDC, shows that 1 in 6 children have a developmental disability, with 1 in 36 having autism and 1 in 3 having ADHD. Educators must not only understand these disorders, but also be equipped to screen, assess, and intervene in a timely and empirically supported manner. These issues are considered dilemmas because without proper supports in place, students with significant needs are not set up to achieve their potential both in the classroom and in their lives outside of the school setting as they grow and graduate. This can then lead to lifelong struggles as they were not properly prepared for life beyond school in terms of their academic, social, or behavioral abilities. We must also consider the Model Code of Ethics, remembering it is our professional responsibility to uphold the procedures, policies, laws, and regulations relevant to the teaching practice. This includes ensuring we adhere to the procedures necessary to support our special ed students in the gen ed setting. Unfortunately, some competing tensions can hinder educators' fidelity in implementing actions to abide by the code. Oftentimes, those in higher level positions are unaware of the exact situations occurring each day in the classroom. They are simply trying to increase inclusion, but are not providing the proper training or support for teachers to properly teach their special needs students. Teachers then also struggle as they want what's best for their students, but do not feel heard or seen by those above them in terms of getting what they need to support their students. I currently have multiple students with special needs in my gen ed classroom, with one of them being highly autistic. I have had no training or experience with autistic students, and although support staff and I advocated for them at the district level, they were not provided much support until over 2 months into the school year. This included no para support or ideas for manipulatives or visuals to enhance their learning or minimize behaviors. Although I was finally provided with ideas to support this student, I feel everyone involved had been negatively impacted. As a teacher, I know my concerns were not addressed in the manner they should have been, which led to decreased learning for all students in the classroom due to the extremely disruptive behaviors occurring daily due to the lack of support provided for not only this student, but the others with separate needs as well. I also spoke with the principal, our special education teacher, and the parent, who all had concerns regarding the student's possible success rate due to the lack of appropriate accommodations, to the extent the parent asked if this was the correct placement for their child. The principal and special ed teacher also mentioned the safety of other students and the amount of lost learning time due to the major disruptions occurring each day. A step I could take to alleviate this inequity would be to continue advocating for my students to ensure they receive the appropriate accommodations for success. This could be done in the classroom by ensuring I follow action steps with fidelity and monitoring what works or doesn't work for each student, and out of the classroom by attending meetings to voice my concerns to those in charge to push them to make necessary changes. There are many other teachers in my district facing the same inequity I am, and one step the district could take to decrease this would be to regularly send consultants into the classroom to observe the behaviors demonstrated in order to assist in finding the best course of action. This would allow those in higher positions to have a better understanding of what is happening and could fast track the necessary changes needed to help these students succeed. Another step the district could take is to provide educators with high-quality training in managing behaviors due to high-needs students. Research has shown that quality training and ongoing support has led to higher success rates for students with autism and other special needs. This could be done by teaming up teachers with professionals who have experience with these specific needs in order for ideas and insights to be shared. Research by D'Agostino and Douglas show that educator perspective plays a vital role in the success of struggling students. When educators believe each student has the ability to learn and achieve, their teaching practices reflect this. Therefore, by providing staff with opportunities to improve their understanding of their students' needs and how to meet them, the district could improve teacher mindsets, leading to more student success. It is imperative that these steps be taken to ensure all students are provided with the best possible education, regardless of any special needs. The Model Code of Ethics requires us as educators to take both a professional responsibility and professional competence by following the policies and laws in place to protect and support these students, as well as advocating for them when these are not being adhered to. As educators, it is our responsibility to take the steps necessary to support each of our students, regardless of individual needs. By addressing this inequity, we would be helping many students reach their full potential in the classroom by ensuring they receive accommodations necessary to succeed. Not only will it benefit them while they are in school, but it will also give them the skills required to find success in their life beyond school.